Hey everybody, it's Eddie here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to stay on topic with the USPS and I'd like to discuss the CCA's Nightmare Third Bundle. Yes, it's the dreaded third bundle that all CCAs have to learn to deal with very early in their young career. Even veteran letter carriers struggle with the dreaded third bundle at times. So what is the third bundle? Well, the third bundle, there's two definitions. There's one definition that management says, and then there's another one that's basically reality based. The third bundle that management defines would be something that is out of the ordinary, something special for that week of deliveries, and it could be something that's called red plums, which are basically advertisements, the advertisement bundle you get in the mail. It's like a newspaper quality, and there's just a bunch of ads. That's called the red plum. That is a third bundle item, according to management. Another one would be flyers, like specific flyers that are addressed. Usually, they can come either way. They're either addressed, to that individual house, or they're not addressed. But that's another example of one of those items. Another third bundle item could be a publication newspaper that's going out to every house on your route. Okay, these are some examples of fourth bundle. Another one would be like a coffee company that's giving a sample coffee packet to every single address on your route. That's another example of a fourth bundle item. So something out of the ordinary, but you got to get it delivered on top of the mail that you have. So let's talk about the first bundle. So the first bundle would be basically it's your regular mail. It would be your letters, your envelopes, just basic letter envelopes. That's a typical first bundle item. The second bundle would be like flats. So flats would be larger pieces of mail. They would be your manila envelopes. They would be like if you have a certificate being mailed to you or a 8x10 photograph or something like that. It would be flat, but it would be bigger than a regular envelope. That's typically your second bundle. And so when you're walking, your route on the street, you'll have in your arm, and in hand and arm, you'll have the first bundle, and then behind it's the second bundle. So you'll have your envelopes, which are called DPS, but your regular envelopes, and then you'll have your flats behind that. And then the third bundle would be what I just said to start this video. At least that's the management's definition. The third bundle in reality are your packages, okay? It's the stuff that's in your bag that you're carrying. And that would often be like Amazon packages or other packages, little boxes or bigger boxes. And then also spurs. Spurs are basically items that usually from Amazon, but it could be other vendors too, where it's a plastic package. So your goods are in a plastic package, and that plastic package is referred to as a spur. So that is often cased into or folded into flats. So there are some letter carriers that'll walk around and treat spurs as flats. It's difficult to do that. It's physically difficult to do that because you have a whole lot going on on your arm, and as you're walking. So I always just treated spurs as I did packages, and that was the true third bundle. Okay, that's really your third bundle. And so all these other things like the red plums and the flyers and the coffee samples I was saying and the newspapers, those are really fourth bundle items, okay, in reality, but they're referred to as the third bundle officially. So what are some strategies to deal with this dreaded third bundle? Okay, which is really the fourth bundle. Well, the first thing I kind of hinted at, treat your spurs as a separate third bundle. Keep your spurs in your bag with your small packages, okay? If you do that, then your arm is freed up a little bit more. And what you can do is you could actually take like self-addressed, or not self-addressed, but house-addressed red plum flyers, or not flyers, but coupons, you know, the little newspaper bundle for them, the red plums. Those usually have an address on them, an individual address. You can pull those up to your arm and actually have them be an extension of your flats. So you go up to a house and you'll have their regular mail, their regular envelopes, which is the DPS or the first bundle. You'll look through and see if there's any flats for that address. That's the second bundle. And then right behind that, you will have your red plums or whatever third bundle item that's there that you have for that day, and you can pull that by the same address. So you're treating this third bundle item as a flat, basically. And sometimes you can do that, but you can't really do that if you also have spurs, those plastic packages, plastic wrap packages also in your arm. There's just not enough space, okay? So that's one strategy. Another strategy is deal with your red plums and your flyers and papers, newspapers. Often they're going to take a couple days to deliver. You're not going to do it all in one day. Yes, there are some letter carriers, due to the less volume that he or she may have on their route, they can knock all that red plum stuff out in one day. But most letter carriers, most CCAs out there are filling in on a route, there's just no way they're going to do all the red plums in one day. Because like I said, that's basically a fourth bundle item in reality. And it's just, there's just too much mail that you're dealing with. So it will take 2 or 3 days to get those third bundle items, which are really fourth bundle items, delivered, okay? Also, it's just a good idea to really know the packages and spurs you're dealing with each day. So when you start loading your van or your LLV, your truck, with packages and spurs, you know, have a strategy. You know, do it by street. If you're a CCA and this is just a new route and you don't really understand the flow of it, we've all been there. Go ahead and just sort by street, you know, have some kind of strategy, because when you start throwing packages and spurs into the back of your van or your truck, it's going to really fill up quick and it's going to be totally confusing unless there's some sense in order, okay? Another way to do it is by numbers, street address. If you know the streets okay, you've done the route already a couple times, let's say, then you can go ahead and sort your spurs and packages by street number. Now, use bins, you know, use trays, you know, use whatever you can to align and organize your spurs. So you can throw, like if you're on the 2200 block of Carolina Street, let's say, and you know you have these plastic wrapped packages, these spurs, look for the 2200 address on there, or the 2100 or the 2300, because they're all so close together, and put those in their own little tray or bin within your truck or van, you know. And that's kind of how you do it. And then when you get on site and you're at that address or at that block, you can then pull those items, those spurs and those packages, and put them in your bag. So you just, and by doing it this way, you're looking at each package and spur 2, 3, sometimes 4 times. So it kind of lodges in your brain that, oh, okay, I'm on the 2200 block now of Carolina. I have a few spurs I need to remember. So when you're out there delivering your first and second and third bundles, you'll remember, oh yeah, I have a spur for this address, you know. So you don't want to panic when you're doing your walk-in, you know, your addresses and walk-in your blocks. You want to just take a step back, look at what you have going on, just assess the volume you have. Okay, so just remember that when you have red plums, when you have these third bundle items, which again are fourth bundle items, just have a strategy, plan it out. You know, if you have a lot of DPS, a lot of letters and envelopes, and a lot of flats that day, let's say a lot of magazines are you know, are on your route for that day, you're going to have your arms full, literally, with all of that, you know, first and second bundle stuff. So you're not going to have time to bust out those red plums and these other items. So you'll have to budget and say, okay, I'll try to get on that the next day. And if you have a reasonable supervisor, they will understand. Oftentimes you won't have a reasonable supervisor, but they know that red plums being delivered is not as high a priority as getting your packages delivered or your spurs delivered or, you know, your DPS delivered. So they know, even though they may complain about it, they know what's going on. Okay, so it's something to just, you know, be aware of, strategize when you're working them, you know, that third bundle, fourth bundle, and just, you know, feel that you have a plan, make a plan, because then it just makes you're not nearly as stressed out, and it makes the route bearable for that day. Okay, so I just wanted to just talk about it because the dreaded third bundle is something that you're going to hear about early on. You're going to hear about that in your training, you know, when you do orientation and you basically are in the academy. You will learn about the different kinds of mail and how you load them up in your arms and in your bag, and some strategies for loading in your truck. And you know, you'll be offered up some good advice, but you're going to have to do some other stuff too to get through all of it, because in training they don't address every eventuality and every reality. So that's just some food for thought. I just wanted to throw it out there. You're not alone in wrestling with these fourth bundle items, and you know, you can always ask some of your peers too how they deal with it. And sometimes they'll lie to you and say, oh, I just bust them all out when I have them. Yeah, that's not true. So you want to, you know, just quiz a few different people and just kind of synthesize what they say and take that and, you know, apply it to your approach. Okay, so just wanted to share that with you. Please like my video, please subscribe, and please share if you know someone that could benefit from the information. So you take care, and I'll see you on the next video.